Well, here it is, week 6 of the course. We have one more week of another module, and then the midterm examination is coming up on October 11th. There's also a review session, though, that comes up prior to that on October 6th, and it runs from 7 to 9 p.m. It's in Smith Lab. I can't quite think of the room, but you got that going for you. Kind of developing a sort of a battle rhythm with these modules. And the way that I want to do it is to begin with a personal word that will change every time I teach the course, to take into account whatever's going on with the course at any given time. And then I'll roll into presentations that I hope to be able to use again and again. That will be more designed for use in subsequent years and so on. But it really does seem to me that every class I teach deserves some kind of personal touch. So that's what you're getting here. Before I go on, let me tell you what's in the background. And it's a memorial on the Sekigahara battlefield in Japan, and it's the scene of a pivotal encounter in Japanese history. On September 15th, 1600, when the Eastern Army, led by Tokugawa Ieyasu, and the Western Army, led by Ishida Mitsunari, battled for political power following the demise of Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Today, various historical sites related to this monumental battle, really one of the great pivotal battles in all of Japanese history, probably the single most pivotal battle, still remain in and near the town of Sekigahara, and this is one of them. Now, what you may have just noticed is that I've just thrown at you a series of Japanese names that right now you don't know at all, and even once you've been exposed to them, because they're in a foreign language very different from the European languages that we're used to, you may have trouble with. So what you're going to need to do is just not get flustered about it, but write out these terms and spend some time really getting to know them and understanding them. Otherwise, you're going to be getting so many foreign names and foreign expressions and so forth. This is going to be confusing and frustrating. So let's see, what else is there to tell you? We're in the process of grading the quizzes from this weekend. The first 4 questions have been automatically graded, and I know how those worked out. A lot of people did perfect on that, achieved perfect scores, and a lot of people did rather poorly. And the only explanation I can find for the people who did poorly is that they didn't study very much. And the reason is, all of these questions, as far as I'm concerned, the answers are basically obvious. The identification question, we're still in the process of grading. And what I'm going to do is give you, rather than have individual comments on each of them, what I'm going to give everybody is a detailed idea of what would go into a successful identification, and actually give you an example of what I regard as a successful identification, and then give you the rationale behind it, because there's a common rationale to all 3 of those names. So, and many of you have found it from what I've seen so far. Some of you, I think, were less successful in finding the significance. Many of you, if not most of you, knew who these people were, but their significance eluded you. And that's what I want to help you with on this quiz, because it's only worth, that particular question is only worth 5 points out of 1,000, right? Yeah, I think so, something like that. Anyway, and this will, this I hope will help to save you when we get to the midterm examination, and you'll have to do more than one of these identifications. This week, we're also dividing up into new discussion groups based around your choice for the personal challenge assignment. And so what I'm going to do is everybody who picked, say, procrastination, goes into one of several groups, all devoted to procrastination. We'll stick with 24 groups, about, 6 or 7 people each. Everybody who's into weight control, they go into a series of groups dedicated to that, and so on. And I've actually spent quite a lot of time revising this War in Medieval Japan series presentation, because I've never really been very satisfied with it. I think I am now, but that's come at the expense of putting together a little video that I want to do with regard to helping you get on the right track with the discussion groups. So I'm going to get everybody divided up into new groups this morning. By this time, some of you will have viewed this presentation, and most of you will not have done. And so by the time that you see this presentation, you will already be divided up into groups, and hopefully you will already have seen the video that I will be preparing for you. But for now, let me just tell you, in terms of this presentation coming up, we're going to take things very much out of chronological order, and we're going to leap ahead 1,000 years in order to consider Japanese warfare as a prelude to examining the warrior code of the samurai in a subsequent presentation next week, to be exact. Okay. So with that, I'm going to end this presentation, and I'm going to come back with the prepared one. And so just give me a moment to take care of this, and we'll drive on.